I should try just listening.
The thought that I have, and we can try it out and see what happens, the thought that I have is that anything that you try to do that forces someone escalates them. And there is a way in which energetically you're trying to force her to do something.
Definitely I'm trying to force her to do something.
Yeah, and you feel it, don't you?
Yeah, and that's why I want to stay right here.
And whenever somebody, especially someone who is already agitated and charged and has intensity, if you're trying to force them, whatever it is that they want to be heard about, they will turn up the volume on it. So let's try and see what happens.
Okay.
And I get a sense from looking at you that maybe you need a little bit of support to find the willingness.
I'm scared. It's more, I'm willing, but I'm scared that it's not. I'm scared and overwhelmed that it's not going to do anything. But I'll try it.
So your other option is to own that.
Yeah.
And for you to drop to a level of vulnerability.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of being, you know, this all efficient, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Those I see those as your two options. Do you want to play with both and see which one works? Let's try that. So let's try.
Which one should I do first?
You're basically asking her to unlock the door. She hasn't said anything. We're at the top.
Amanda, would you please unlock the door and let your sister in so we can go home?
No, I'm not unlocking the door.
Is there something that you want me to know?
I want you to know that I'm not unlocking the door.
Because you want to stay here?
Maybe.
So just notice that even though you're not getting the information, the energy is coming down a little.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's rewind to the top and let's try with you expressing. We're just experimenting to see what happens. We need to learn somehow.
Okay. So I want you to unlock the door and let her in so we can go home.
Go home? I don't want to go home. And I don't want...
Do the same thing that you did before.
Okay.
I'm not letting her in. Just we're starting all the way at the top.
Okay. No, I'm not letting her in.
You know, Amanda, I'm scared that if we stay here for a lot longer that you're going to get more upset and that your mom's going to get upset and we're all just going to have a really rotten time. So I'm wondering if you could help me just kind of get going.
But I don't want to go.
So I want to, before you respond, I want to ask you, how did it feel to have her say this?
It felt...
Whether you would show it or not in your behavior, what happened inside of you?
I was trying to understand her. I was trying to understand where she was coming from, but I still kind of wanted to hold my position on it.
Yeah. So for this to work, you need to be agendaless.
Yeah.
And it sounded to me like you were using this to still try to get her to do something, instead of just coming to her raw with your experience.
But I run into this whole thing of she's not responsible for me. Like if I come to her raw with my experience, then I'm kind of laying this thing on her.
So there is a very fine line, because you want to be responsible for yourself. I'm more thinking of it in terms of how do you bridge the gap with human connection.
Yeah.
It's either you reach for her heart or you expose yours. And you didn't really quite expose yours.
Okay.
Are you willing to try that? Let's go to the top and try again, and then let's check in with real Cindy afterwards.
Amanda, let's go. Open the door for your sister and let her in so we can go.
No, I'm not opening the door.
I don't know what to say.
What's the truth that lives in you?
I don't want to force you to do it. I'm scared I'm scared. I don't want to, I'm scared about what to do next. I want to be a good mom. That's the main thing. Like, I have this idea that how do I do this and be a good mom?
Drop underneath it. Is there any part of you that feels her plight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not express that?
Well, I wasn't until you said that.
That's the tragedy.
Yeah,
this is the
so-
tragedy, that all of this is about care.
Yeah.
And the
right.
care never gets expressed.
Well, I didn't even realize it.
That's the tragedy, that you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
But you see, that is the prime motivator here.
Right.
She has no way of knowing, because what she sees is the surface layer.
Right.
Do this, don't do that.
So I want to let you know that it must be really hard. That I get that it must be really hard to be in this situation, and I'm trying to help you out the best I can. And I don't know that it's best. I don't know what's best, and I can imagine that it's really tough to have me take you away.
Yeah, it makes me want to cry right now.
Exactly. Because you made the human connection.
I got the sense that she really stopped.
Yeah.
Wherever she was at before, she just stopped and
Yeah.
like took some time to listen to me.
And now there's room for you. A little bit, but there's room for her. And you see that de-escalated it. So I'm curious, very curious, to hear from Cindy, who has been in that situation. How was it to observe this?
It was very interesting, especially the first one. The first one was just exactly. I mean, you just captured the child. She was captured perfectly. She was, and I forget. It was two scenarios, so I kind of forget what that was. But I guess you don't really want to leave now, or
Yeah.
what was that one?
The one where I was empathizing.
The one where Sigal was being you and empathizing with the daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. And
then she said, maybe. I mean, that was just, and that would have turned it completely around.
Uh-huh.
I could see her sitting there smiling. That was exactly it.
Yeah.
For her, that just really got her.
Okay,
And then-
I'm going to let you think about this for a moment and stay with us, because we want to take a short break and we'll come back in a moment. Don't hang up.